What is good, guys? It's Rey-Jay back with another video. And this one I want to break down what's happening with Tesla, SPY, Nvda, the QQQ, and a couple of other tickers. I'm also going to break down what's happening with the market moving forward. But let me just mention that I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out the Moomoo link. If you deposit $100, you're guaranteed 5 free stocks. If you deposit $1,000, you're guaranteed 15. And the offer ends very soon in just 12 days. Anyways, guys, I just want to give you guys a lightning fast update on how the market's looking real quick. Just know that there's not really much data coming out for Monday. Everything is very, very minor. We just have some Chicago Fed National Activity Index reports coming out, nothing too crazy. And everything else is just very, very minor. Now, for earnings, just know that we actually have Tesla announcing earnings on Tuesday, not to mention Alphabet and a few others. So we'll just have to see how things go. And as of right now, we're going to be looking for a very important close on Tesla and the others. Tesla's actually looking like it's going to close below 240, which is a big sign of weakness, not to mention the fact that it's below its 4-hour 50 EMA. We have to reclaim 242.5 next week to try to rebound. If we fail to do so, this is going to likely continue to dip, and that's looking more probable looking at this chart. For SPY, we need to try to reclaim at least 550 to try to make our way back up, but we're actually still below that by quite some margin. So we're going to likely close below that, and this trend is very, very bearish looking. Just know that we've actually been testing our next support, which I called out around this 548 area. If this fails, which I think there's a lot of signals and a lot of momentum that could lead to that failing, right, going into next week, we could be dipping all the way down to about 543, and then we also have 540.78 as the next target, the 200 EMA. So SPY is looking more bearish, in my personal opinion. ES is looking bearish. SPY is SPX. It's the same thing, essentially. ES is actually testing its 200 EMA right now. This could still break. If that were to break, we will start filling some of these imbalances way down here in the lower 5500s. So I just want to call that out for everyone. For Nvda, okay, we're trading sideways within this range. We have 122 is resistance and key support at about 116.5. We could be dipping lower towards 116.5, and we'll see if we lose support or not. But there is a risk of downside. I just want to call that out. For Bitcoin, Bitcoin is breaking upwards right now. This is looking a little bit more bullish. Going to be looking for a test of potentially 68,000. We'll see if that breaks or not. But once again, guys, this has some upwards potential. I'll be watching to see if that ends up being the case. For the QQQ, we kind of rejected right over here. We're going to be dipping even lower. We're going to be looking for this test of about 472 potentially. This is looking a little bit more bearish, so we'll have to see if we get a bounce or not all the way down there. But I see a little bit more downwards momentum that is building. There is still downwards pressure that could lead to more downside. For Aapl, we're rejecting off 226, our 50 EMA, and this is actually a sign of weakness for the share price. So if we were to continue to fall, I'll be looking at 222. That's going to be a very, very critical support. We haven't lost that yet, but if we do lose that, we're going to turn even more bearish. For Supermicro, we're now below 800. This is a sign of weakness. We have a double top like structure. Looks a bit more bearish to me. Let me go over just like 5 or 6 more real quick. The IWM Russell 2000, it's barely holding 216. If this breaks, we have this gap to fill all the way down to 213. For Coinbase, we're breaking upwards. We're showing some strength with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is trying to pump, and so is Coinbase. We're going to be looking for 260 and 262. For Amazon, we're kind of stuck in the middle right here. We're just range trading between 180 and 184. I think we're going to likely continue to do so as time goes on. But just know we might retest 180 next week, and there's still a downtrend that is present. Meta, not looking too good. We did push to 485, but now we're struggling to hold above it. So this could be a sign of a pop and then a rejection for a dip. So just be careful. There's weakness on Meta. Same thing with Microsoft. We have resistance at 439, and we have support all the way down here around 434. I think that there's a risk of this dipping lower, so give this some time. For Google, Google's also rejecting right here. Make sure you look at support around 178.82. If this fails, we're going to be dipping even lower to this imbalance, all the way down towards 176. If we hold this, we could try to rebound. It's barely holding the support at 178 right now. Just know we also have earnings next week, so that could affect this. But as of right now, the chart's showing weakness, and there is a risk of more downside. SPY is struggling to hold up right now. We're actually losing 548.5 right now. It's looking like it might tip lower, so it's still showing signs of major weakness. So just be careful. This is looking like it could be turning to a bigger pullback, so just be very, very mindful of that. All right, so that's it for my super fast updates. Just know that this isn't really that big of a difference from what I was talking about earlier. The market remains bearish looking, so be careful, be mindful of this, and do what you have to do, guys. I will see you guys very soon on the next one. Have a great day, and peace out.